You are now entering Armbar Audio.
Hello, and welcome to Armbar Audio. I'm your host, Tim Farley, and next to me is my trusted companion,
John Kearns. What's up, folks?
We haven't had a regular episode of Armbar Audio in a while,
That's true.
so we're going to take it back a little bit. We're going to discuss some news. We're going to do a review. You know how we do. So, first up, two major signees to AEW. This past weekend at the Come Hell or High Water event, SCU was taking on the Lucha Brothers, and after the match, the Young Bucks came out to a thunderous applause, and they said that the Lucha Brothers are the second best tag team in the world, and if they want better competition they don't have the contracts right now, but a handshake will do if they want to join All Elite Wrestling. And they shook hands. Now, reports are saying that Pentagon and Phoenix do not have exclusive deals, so they will still be able to work for Impact and MLW. John, what do you think about this news?
I am very excited. So, All Elite Wrestling signing the Lucha Brothers is big. It's probably the biggest name other than Jericho that they've got so far.
I agree.
Or the most well-known.
And Pac.
Yeah.
I think it's a good addition, and I like that it's not exclusive.
Yeah.
I think that wrestling outside of WWE should not be exclusive. Other than the guys who started AEW,
Right.
like the core group, may have other guys float in and out and show up other places. Because if say someone watches Lucha Underground or MLW but doesn't watch AEW yet, they can watch. They see Pentagon and they're like, oh, I want to see more of him. Where can I see him? Oh, AEW.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So last week there was a couple of releases and leavings of superstars on the WWE end. One was Jonathan Good, a.k.a. Dean Ambrose. He'll be finishing up in April. John, what do you think about this?
I am hoping that they give him a good send-off at WrestleMania. I also hope that they don't put him on a no-compete clause.
Oh, no, I don't think that happens whenever you don't re-sign.
Oh,
I think that happens whenever
when you just leave.
Yeah.
I see. So, what I've been saying since this is one of three things is going to happen here. Either A, the obvious speculation is he joins AEW. B, goes back home to CZW, tears it up as John Moxley. Or C, goes to Impact Wrestling, joins OVE.
I think that if he hasn't lost his passion for the business, I would like to see him in a non-exclusive deal with AEW as John Moxley and also go to Impact. I think that would be another non-exclusive deal that would be great.
Yeah.
But he has such a name that maybe it wouldn't happen. But I would love to see him with OVE and possibly try to take over.
Yeah.
And feud with Sammy.
A potential hardcore style match with him and Sammy could be insane.
Yeah. And they were tag team partners back in the day as Switchblade Conspiracy and tagged in Dragon Gate USA. So I think that that would be pretty sweet. I do think it's weird that he's leaving and Renee is staying.
Yeah.
Usually you want to stay on the road with your spouse, and that leads me to believe that it's possible that maybe he's feeling like CM Punk a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he won't show up anywhere for a while and then show up back in WWE. And a lot of people online were saying, oh, how could you not think that he would want released because they haven't been treating him right and all this other stuff. And I gotta say, that's bull.
Yeah.
I think that he's one of the only guys to hold all the titles He was in the elite faction of the Shield. He did so much, and maybe he wasn't pushed like Roman, and maybe he's not getting the spotlight like Seth. So maybe a leaving and a coming back would do him good. Christian left, went to TNA for a while, and when he came back, they treated him differently. Mm-hmm. They saw him as a top contender and not a mid-carder. So whatever he decides to do, we'll be watching.
Yeah, definitely.
Another guy that has left the WWE is Hideo Itami. And there's no speculation as to where he's going to go. He's probably going to go back to his home promotion in Japan called Pro Wrestling Noah.
Yeah, that seems to be the general consensus.
He's already changed his name on social media back to Kenta.
Yeah.
And I have some things to say here. Hideo Itami got lost in the shuffle because everyone who watches WWE had already seen CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. Kenta was special because he was like a Daniel Bryan and a CM Punk in a Japanese promotion, and he would come over to Ring of Honor, and it would be like mirrors of each other wrestling each other.
Right. Whenever
he would go up against Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson, as it were. But I think getting put into the WWE at the time that he wasn't seen as that special. Of course, they tried to make him look that special whenever they brought him into NXT, and whenever he was about to feud with Austin Aries, he got sidelined with a few injuries and whatnot, and I think it's a good move. Because,
I do as well.
What were they going to do?
Right. Other than make him Cruiserweight champion, probably nothing.
Yeah, and I don't.
And if they were going to do that, it should have happened at the Royal Rumble.
Right, and I don't see it happening.
No.
So, our review is MLW SUPERFIGHT 1.
It was good stuff.
MLW had a event in the 2300 arena, the old ECW arena, called SUPERFIGHT. There was many matches, but apparently it's being cut down into different episodes. This episode, we got the tag title match, we got a middleweight bout, and we got the title match. The first match was for the MLW tag team titles, the Lucha Brothers versus the Hart Foundation. John, what do you have to say?
I really enjoyed this match, and I enjoyed seeing our buddy Brian Pillman Jr. out there doing his thing.
Yeah,
that was
going
cool.
Crazy with the cane and everything.
How
about whenever they came out and Teddy had the cat and Davey had the bulldog?
I like that a lot. I actually mentioned that. It's a very good tribute. Good paying homage
to his father. Yeah.
Remember
that video that they had the week before, and Teddy Hart said cats have 7 lives.
Yeah.
And that they're the lions, and the lions are going to protect them and everything. Teddy Hart is fantastic, and we're going to get more into that as we go into this review. We saw an amazing top rope Asai moonsault.
He's a strange man.
Yeah. An amazing top rope Asai moonsault from Teddy to the Lucha Brothers, the Hart Foundation.
I thought I was helping.
The Hart Foundation with a powerbomb lung blower, top rope power slam, and a moonsault elbow drop from Teddy for 2 on Phoenix, broken up by Pentagon. There was an insane sling blade from Pentagon to Teddy. Teddy from the top and hits a destroyer for 2. Phoenix in and hits a rolling cutter, then a destroyer by Pentagon. Pentagon gets a 2 with a pump handle driver. Pentagon with a destroyer on the apron to Teddy. Package pile driver for 2 thanks to Pillman pulling the ref. While Pillman distracts the ref, Davey pulls Pentagon's mask off, and Teddy low blows Phoenix up on the top rope, which leads to the Doomsday Destroyer for the win, and we get new tag team champions. Now
that Doomsday Destroyer is insane.
Now, John, my question is, I wonder if they put the titles on the Hearts because the Hart Foundation is the biggest act in MLW, or they didn't know the exact contracts.
I'd assume that it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, because Court Bauer put out a tweet and said, wherever you end up, guys, you did great and blah, 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 and everything like that.
But, like, basically thanked them for their service.
Yeah, but then we got, because Chris Jericho said that they were exclusive.
Yeah.
And then we found out later that they weren't. So, you know, troll Jericho. Troll. The next match was a grudge match between Cotto Brazil and Ricky Martinez. Ricky Martinez is the Sicario to Selena De La Renta, and he busted open a champagne bottle and almost took out Cotto's eye forever.
Yeah.
But luckily, he was only on the shelf for a couple of weeks. Comes out wearing an eye patch. What'd you think about this match, Sean?
I thought it was very good. I'm a big fan of Cotto Brazil.
Me too.
I'm liking what I'm seeing out of him, and that Martinez ain't bad either.
Oh hell no, he was awesome.
One of my favorite moments was Matt Stryker accidentally calling him Rich Swann.
Yes, he said Swan.
Hilarious.
Well, you know, he does kind of look like him.
He does. He looks like somebody took Rich Swann's body, put ACH's face and Kofi Kingston's hair on it.
So if you want to create Cotto Brazil in 2K19, just listen to John.
Yeah.
This match started off hot. Selena was talking to the ref on the apron, and Cotto jumped over both of them and splashed onto Ricky, and the brawl started.
It started hot.
Yeah. Martinez wheelbarrowed Cotto head first into the guardrail. He went for like the Charlotte Flair legs around the head and stomping on it, like smashing the head, but beforehand he gyrated to everyone's disgust. He gets a 2 after using his legs to slam Cotto's head into the mat. Cotto with a springboard overhead belly to belly. Both men get to their feet, and Cotto hits a flurry of offense, ending with a backbreaker from the second rope for 2. A huge frog splash for 2 by Cotto. An electric chair gourd buster into a wheelbarrow German gives Martinez a 2. Martinez showed off a lot of power here. Martinez ended up taking the patch off and kneed Cotto in the eye for 2. Cotto with a destroyer and a submission, but De La Renta distracts the ref. Cotto goes to stop her, but gets pepper sprayed. He falls over, and Martinez scoops up the win.
Yeah.
I thought that it was a really good match, but it was kind of a letdown that Cotto lost.
Yeah.
I guess they're gonna go further with this storyline, which is okay. But I was really expecting Cotto to win, and so did everyone in Philadelphia because they were fully behind Cotto.
Yeah.
Next, we get a segment with the Hart Foundation in the back. They're shirtless, popping bottles. They got people there, and they're celebrating. And MJF comes to talk to Teddy, and he says, "Hey, Teddy," and Pillman says, "You don't address him as Teddy. You call him Daddy."
Yeah.
And Teddy says, "What'd you come here to do? Lick the champagne off my title? You want to lick the tears out of your eyes? All I hear you do is crying and moaning about how I have this title now. You know it? You want it? You know where to find me in the ring." MJF tries to talk some more, but Teddy cuts him off and says, "We run this promotion. We decided to stay unlike you, so go run off to the elite before this turns into a street fight."
Yeah.
And the whole time we were watching it, I was screaming, "Teddy Hart is the shit. Teddy Hart is the shit."
There's something about his monotone way of speaking that really makes you listen.
Dude,
to
it's so like Bret Hart,
yeah,
but he says hilarious stuff.
Yeah.
And like, he moves the same way he did whenever he was young.
So I'm waiting for the rematch between MJF and Teddy Hart for that middle.
Well, it actually isn't even a rematch.
No, it's not.
No, MJF had to relinquish the title because he got hurt for a little bit.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's why Teddy was the champ.
Yep, he won it in a. I think he beat Pentagon for it.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that. I don't know. So we get to the main event, which was for the MLW heavyweight title. Low Ki,
This match was brutal.
who has been undefeated in all of MLW since its inception back in the day, and all the other times it's come back. Who is holding the title? He's with Selena De La Renta against the MMA specialist Filthy Tom Waller. Say what you want about Low Ki. As you know, a lot of people think he's an asshole. He burns bridges wherever he goes,
Right.
and he's a mark for himself. But he has influenced many of our favorite wrestlers with his kicks and his double stomp.
Absolutely.
He was doing the double stomp before Finn Balor, before Aleister Black, before everybody else. He was. If you go back and watch a match from the first ROH pay-per-view, I think it was the first ROH pay-per-view, Samoa Joe versus Low Ki, and any of Low Ki's stuff in ROH, it's just like he was doing stuff way before other people.
Right.
This was a great wrestling match. At one point, Low Ki brought a big piece of wood and set it in the corner, but ended up punching through it as Lawler moved. A Tree of Woe double stomp for 2. Lawler escaped the Dragon Sleeper and locked in a rare naked choke for the win as Low Ki faded out. How did you feel about this match?
I thought it was a bit of a strange way to end an undefeated streak for Low Ki, but
They still made him look strong
yeah, they did.
because he didn't tap.
Yeah, but if you're going to build up Tom Lawler the way they would, I think maybe you would have him either pin or submit him.
Yeah. Well, maybe the feud's not over.
Oh, I guarantee it's not over.
Right.
But Tom Lawler and Low Ki, again, came out of the gates hot with big strikes.
Oh, yeah, they were brawling
Yeah.
for a while. Mm-hmm.
Lawler and Low Ki, definitely some heat there.
Big time. This show was good, but should have been like an hour longer. I was expecting to see some more matches that were advertised, but I guess we're going to see those in the next few weeks. The episode gets a B+ from me. The only takeaways were there were only 3 matches, and the ref messed up a couple of times. Once in the
Ref was weird.
in the tag team title match, he allowed Phoenix and Pentagon in the ring for way longer than 5 seconds, and Davey Boy had to go like, "What are you doing?" You know, and then in the main event, right
This
off
was
the
just
top,
strange.
what happened, John? You tell him.
Well, I guess they were going for. I guess they were counting knockouts as well as pinfalls and submissions. So, Pentagon went down.
You mean Lawler?
Oh,
Low
yeah.
Ki, Low Ki.
Low Ki Pentagon. Low Ki went down, and the ref started counting. And he got to 2, and Low Ki was on his feet at 2, and the ref just kept counting.
And
And counted all the way up to 8.
Low Ki was like, "What are you doing?" And Tom
And finally,
had to
Tom
smack
Lawler
him.
smacked him on the back. It was like, what are you doing?
Ridiculous.
Selena De La Renta was yelling, "What are you doing?" from the apron side, even.
I mean, the production quality's great, the action's great, the storylines are great. The problem, this referee needs to be retrained or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe he had the jitters, as it was a big MLW.
I even heard a few fans like, "Stop counting."
Right. I don't know. But that's our review of MLW SuperFight 1. They're saying next week is SuperFight 2. So be on the lookout for that. John, anything you want to say?
Well, what I do want to say is, if you haven't yet, if you didn't know about it or you didn't see an advertisement for it, that match that they did at the halftime show of the Super Bowl with the NXT guys was phenomenal, and you have to watch it.
Yes, and if you watch it, go to the Nerdy Mark channel, put
Watch the
that
reactions, yeah.
thing on mute, and watch me and Sid do commentary throughout the match. It was really fun. We did that. Be on the lookout for Impressions of Impact on Mondays with me, John.
To recap on Wednesdays.
Yep. So until next time, wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, noon, or night, you have a great one. And peace and love to all of you.